Motorcycle Maniacs, what is going on? Today is my birthday, and my woman, Lisa, said we can do anything I want. And guess what? It is 37 degrees. And I said, actually, she wanted to do this too, so don't let her lie to you. But we're going to go, what?
Ride a Harley street glide.
And also?
The dark horse.
No,
nope.
The road glide.
Oh, the road glide.
We're going to knock two out, one, because they usually do that. The salesman will go with you, so he'll take a bike. We can ride what we want, and then we can switch halfway through. So we're going to do that, and that way we can try the road glide and the street glide. I'm not a big fan of the fairing on the road glide, but everybody I've talked to pretty much says the road glide is such a better ride just because the fairing is actually fixed to the frame and not the forks. So I'm going to give that a shot. And 37 degrees probably won't be a long ride, but hopefully we'll get a little bit of video. We're going to Texas Harley in Bedford, Texas. I believe it's the largest Harley dealer in the state of Texas. It's a really nice facility. We're going to go check them out and freeze our butts off for a little bit just to see if we like this bike better than the Indian Dark Horse, which the Indian Dark Horse is going to be hard to beat. But anyway, stay tuned. We'll be back in a flash at Texas Harley. All right, we're out here at Texas Harley, and there is Freddie the salesman. He's got the bikes all lined up. We're going to try the...
I'd rather you do the street glide first.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want you to feel the difference of the road glide. And
Yep.
if you do the street glide first, you're definitely going to feel the difference.
Okay. That's kind of what I want to do anyway. So I'm going to take this street glide out, and then I'm going to get on that road glide on the way back. Get my woman's pegs all ready for her. Oh yeah, this is pretty nice.
Could be suffering from buildup of fuel and oil deposits, but O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Clean out engine buildup and improve fuel economy with...
Radio's not bad. Woo, it is a little chilly today, people. But I'll tell you one thing about having a fairing is it cuts down on that a lot. Now my legs are still cold. It's a lot better on the upper body with this fairing. So far I like the ride of this bike. I mean, when you're dealing with between the Harley and the Indian, I mean I can't say too much bad about this. I'm wanting to say that I'm trying to remember back to the test ride of the Dark Horse. I'm still wanting to say Indian has them beat on the suspension. This one just, it's not uncomfortable by any means. I mean, it feels awesome. It's just, I think the Indian with that extra, can't remember exactly, but it's like over an inch of extra travel with that Fox mono shock from the factory. And I don't remember the Indian doing having the as rough. I mean, it's not a rough ride on this bike. It's just, this feels like a little more stout, I guess. So I think the Indian has a little bit more plush of a ride, which, like I said, this isn't uncomfortable by any means, but I'm trying to be fair and compare these on these quick little rides. Obviously they're quick rides, so I can't, go out and say 100% because I hadn't put any miles on these bikes. But just from hopping on one and taking off and cruising for a little bit, I think the Indian suspension is better. I turned the radio on, as y'all heard there, for a little bit. Obviously we're not at highway speeds. That Indian radio was awesome even at highway speeds. This one seemed to do pretty good. But like I said, we're cruising through the city, so it's got some nice pickup to it. The way I look at it is you can't go wrong probably whatever decision you made, whether Indian or Harley, Street Glide versus Dark Horse, or however you wanted to look at it. But most definitely they're both awesome. No complaints on either one. One thing I'll give Harley, I do like the turn signal feature where it's turn left to turn left, right to turn right on each side of the bike. It's just a little bit easier, in my opinion. Let's open this up a little bit. Oh yeah, it's got the pickup. But yeah, I will say I do like the turn signal like that. First off, I got really used to that with my Fat Boys, and it's actually something I'm still trying to get accustomed to on my bobber, so I could really easily go back to this because I just think it's a better setup. Oh, look at this turn. How's it turn? Oh yeah, feels good in the turn. You'll see this in all the review videos, people, but I've got to say it, but the Indian, I like the option that they have the power windscreen. You know, if you get out on the highway and you can adjust that on the go, I think that's a big plus. The other big plus on the Indian is I really like the locking saddlebags via key fob. Oh, we might be switching off here. It looks like we're going to switch. And I'm going to try this road glide out.
And we're going to go down the street a little bit just so you can feel this one. And then we'll turn around and come back up. And we'll get on the axles.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. I got your emergency lights on.
Oh, okay. Same thing?
Yeah.
All right. Holy crap. This thing's like riding a spaceship. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I can get used to this fairing. It is really strange. But I can definitely see what they're saying about with the fairing being fixed to the frame, how you really notice how light the front end is on it. I can definitely see that. But yeah, I don't know. The fairing would take some real getting used to. I mean, it's nice. It's got storage up here, I believe. Yeah. So you got 2 places for storage, which is nice. Having that fork free without the weight of the fairing on it, I can already go ahead and tell you pretty much that it's going to be, you know, more comfortable of a ride. You're cutting through the wind. The wind's not pushing on your handlebars with it fixed to the forks like the Street Glide. So I can definitely see what people are talking about with this bike. I guess if my sole intention was to just get out on the road and ride all the time, long distance rides, this probably would be the bike to go with, I'm assuming. Just like I said, I haven't rode it very long, but I'm just jumping to conclusions on that just because of the other people that I've watched reviews on this say. But the little bit of time just down the road, I can already tell how light this front end is. It's almost weird feeling to me after riding that. But I don't know. I don't know if I can get used to that fairing on here. I don't know. It's just really weird to me. Thumbs down on what? On that? Yeah, she doesn't like the fairing either. I don't know. It's just weird looking to me. It's like everything's way out there. I don't like if... Yeah, the turning on here, it is night and day with this fixed fairing to the frame. I can definitely see why people choose this if they're going cross country. That wind is hitting your fairing when it's attached to the handlebars, and you know it's pushing the handlebars around, so you kind of have to fight that a little bit on those bikes. And this one, it's obvious you don't even feel nothing. It's just smooth. So I mean, there is definitely pluses to this bike. Whether it fits into what I'm looking for, I don't know. I love the look of the Street Glide, and I love the look of that Indian Dark Horse. So as where I'm at right now, and I could change my mind, but because this is, I mean, it's a nice ride. And I don't know what it is. It feels like the gear shift is like buried down in the motor, and it's harder to get to for me for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to this bike. But it does have the highway pegs on it, which is nice. Never rode a bike with highway pegs, so gives you a little bit different way to move your foot. So on those long rides, you don't get the fatigue in your feet and legs as easy. So what do you think, babe? You're not digging this one? Yeah, I think so too. She brought up a good point if you couldn't hear. She said it felt like we had more room on the Indian. And I now she says that, I agree, because I didn't even really know she was on the back of that bike, to be honest, because I couldn't really feel her all up on me, which that's not a bad thing. But I can definitely say that, yeah, I think she was right on the more room on the Indian. Motorcycle Maniacs, hey, we are back with you right now. We've been at Harley all day, as you've seen in this video, but we also made a stop that we didn't record in Indian of Fort Worth. Rode the Dark Horse again, just because we wanted the same day comparison. So I'm going to let her explain what she thought about the Street Glide versus the Road Glide versus the Dark Horse, and what her thoughts are on the comfort level and all that on being the back passenger. So Lisa, take it away.
So the Street Glide was nice. It wasn't as comfortable as the Road Glide. I like the power on the Road Glide. Not as much room in the seating area, but I prefer the Dark Horse over them all, just because there is a lot more room and the ride is smoother.
And that's because of that Fox monoshock. You have to look up the numbers, but you get like an inch and a half extra travel with the Dark Horse suspension versus the Harleys. And you can really tell, I mean, it's noticeable. I mean, I wasn't really thinking about it at the time, but she whispered in my ear, you know, hey, this is, feels rougher. And it does. It's not uncomfortable by any means, but it's just, you got the Street Glide where you actually can feel some bumps, and the Indian, to me, it's kind of like you're on a cloud, and it's, you don't, I mean, I guess you'd have to hit a really big bump for it to, you'd really notice it, I guess, because I haven't really noticed any bumps on the Indian when you're riding it. It's just smooth. It's really nice. So we talked numbers. We did all that. I'm still trying to make my decision on what we're going to do in the future. If we're going to pull the trigger and get this bike or get one of these bikes. I don't know. I love the bobber. I just want something that's more comfortable because she's enjoying riding, and if she's going to be riding with me a lot, I need a bigger bike. We need a bigger bike. So I don't know if we pull the trigger on that, if we're going to try to keep the bobber for just to break it back down to a solo bike for just me, and also have the bagger for when we do rides and stuff. So we're going to see what happens on all that. When we test rode the Street Glide, they just brought out a bike that had a backrest on it for her. So I didn't actually ride in the video. Either one of those bikes were one that I picked out that I really liked. So the Indian has a lot of bells and whistles that I really do like. They got a lot of features, but they have a street glide up there at Texas Harley that is beautiful. It's black, and they had a guy come in. He's an artist. He did the custom freehand pinstripe on it in blue, and it's gorgeous. I didn't get any, obviously, riding video of that because that was the bike they brought out for us, but Harley, thanks to them, they sent me a little clip to remind me of that beautiful bike after I went to Indian. So I'm going to include that little clip in here so y'all can see that bike because it is really, really sharp. So it's making my decision difficult on what I want and if I want and all those fun things. So check that bike out, and hey, feel free to leave a comment on what y'all think. Y'all saw my last video of the Dark Horse color schemes, what you think of this, the pinstriping on this bike. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it, and we're gonna sign off, and we'll see you on the next video, and see you later.
Bye.
Bye.